This is a midterm review for chapter 6 and algebra review. For the algebra review, I'm just going to give you guys the answers for the second and third page. And the work will be on Canvas if you want to check the work for those. I used elimination, so it all depends on how you solved it. So looking at the first page of chapter 6, two mid-segments of triangle ABC are DE and DF. Mid-segment, we have to remember that's the midpoint of the segment, so that's halfway. So here's DB. DB again, D is the midpoint, so if DA is 10, DB is also going to be 10. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that in there. DB is also 10. Looking at the next one, DF. If BC is 26, DF is half of it. So 26 divided by 2 is going to give me 13. That's the measurement of DF. And then number 3, what can you conclude about EF, which is this point right here? What could I conclude about EF? I know that EF is the mid-segment of AB, and EF is going to equal 10. So those are a few things that we know. Find the value of x. Explain your reasoning for number 4. How am I solving for x? I know that what I'm using is this is a perpendicular bisector theorem. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and set them equal to each other. I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. I have 2x plus 11 equals 8x minus 1. Subtract 2x from both sides. 11 equals 6x minus 1. Add 1 to both sides. 12 equals 6x. Divide both sides by 6. X is going to equal 2. Looking at number 5, this one is angle bisector theorem. Same thing, setting it up, equal to each other. 6x equals 3x plus 9, subtract 3x. 3x equals 9, divide both sides by 3. X is going to equal 3. And then the last one, because they're not giving me my angles, I know it's converse. Angle bisector, converse theorem. Set them equal and solve for x. X minus 4 equals 3. Add 4. X equals 7. All right, looking at this question, it says in exercise 4, is point T on the perpendicular bisector of SU? Explain. Yes, it is. How do I know? Because the segments are congruent. Which segments am I talking about? ST and UT. Those two segments are congruent. So that means it is the bisector. In the diagram at the right, the angle bisector of triangle XYZ meets at point D. Find DB. This one you did not have to do it. You should have used the Pythagorean theorem if you did. However, if you did not, that's fine. We're going to cover that in chapter 9. Looking at 9, 10, and 11, it says first, we know that this is centroid. So if we know it's the centroid, I know that this is 2/3, this is 2/3, and this is 2/3. So now I'm able to find my missing information. So if LS is 36, find PL and PS. The entire line is 36, so what I have to do is divide it by 3. 36 divided by 3 is going to give me 12. So I know each third is 12. So PL is 12 and PS is 24 because it's 2/3. If TP is 20, find TJ and PT. 20 is 2/3, so 1/3 divided by 2 is going to be 10. TJ is 30 because that's the entire line. PJ is 10 because that's 1/3 of it. If RL or RJ right here is 25, keep in mind this is centroid, so JS is also 25. And that means RS is 50. Number 12, is it possible to construct a triangle with sides 9, 12, and 22? If not, explain why not. So in order for you to find this, you need to add and subtract the two smallest numbers. So 9 plus 21, 9 plus 12 is 21. 12 minus 9 is 3. Is 22 in that range? What was that? No, it is not. So this is no. I cannot construct a triangle. 22 is too large. All right, for 14 and 15, I gave it a measurement. You didn't have to, but it definitely helps when you're looking at a number. So if the measure of angle JKM is greater than the measure of angle LJK, I'm just going to give those values. I'm going to have 15 and 10. Which is larger, LK or JM? So I'm going to look at my diagram. They're telling me this one is 10. This one is 15. Which side or segment is larger? So 14, if I'm looking at the opposite, I can go ahead and tell you that JM has the larger angle. That's how I can tell. Looking at 15, if the measure of JM is, or MJ is less than LK, which is larger? So same thing, I have 2 and 4. JM is less than LK. So here is 2, here is 4. Which is larger? Angle LJK or angle JKM? So using now my sides, the measure of angle LJK is larger. Okay, because the side is longer. Okay, because my side measure is longer. And then looking at this one, it says describe the range of possible distances from the beach to the movie theaters. So in order for me to find that range, I have to do what I did before for number 12. I'm going to add the two values and subtract the two values. 7 plus 9, I'm going to get 16. 9 minus 7, I'm going to get 2. So my possible range is any value greater than 2, but less than 16, and I'm done with this. Do we have any questions on chapter 6? I feel like we should kind of remember this one because we recently took a test on this. Any questions on chapter 6? All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the algebra review. I'm just going to, give you the answers because we don't have much time. And then you guys can check the work on Canvas. I used, again, elimination. So if you used elimination or you want me to check yours, just let me know and I'll look at it. Number 1, the answer for number 1 was -4, -4. Number 2, -6, 8. Number 3, no solution. Number 4, -3, 0. Number 5, all real numbers. And number 6, 2, -5. Do we have any questions on these 6? Does anybody want me to go over these 3, 6? Again, right now you guys are just checking your answers. And I'm answering any questions if we have. No questions? All right. Number 7 was 3, -3. Number 8 was all real numbers. Number 9 was 0, 0. 10 was also 0, 0. 11, no solution. And 12 was all real numbers. All right, any questions on your first review? Questions, comments, concerns? All right, you guys have review number 2, which is chapters 1 and 2 due tomorrow morning.